Hello, hello, dear friends, and welcome to day 7 of Inktober. Today's prompt is Enchanted, and it's a really fun prompt. It kind of, I kind of guess it's getting back at me. I mean, yeah, the list is actually sinister and is alive and is trying to get me, because that's the kind of narcissist that I am, apparently. But no, I mean, I guess it was kind of cool because Husky was really closed off, and then I feel like Enchanted was quite open. I mean, I don't know, maybe if you're not a fan of fantasy, it's not the greatest prompt, but like fantasy is my life. Fantasy, it's in my soul. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. And it took me a while because I was like, oh, there's so many options. What am I going to do now? And then, you kind of get that fatigue of having too many options, which sounds like a first world problem, which maybe it is, but it's also a very real problem. And it's something that actually makes a lot of people really struggle with a lot of things in everyday life. For example, when you start art, or even if you're doing Inktober, how many supplies have you guys seen? I mean, even before each piece, it's like, am I going to do this in Micron? Am I going to do this in carbon ink? Am I going to use a brush? Am I going to use a pen with a nib? Am I going to use fountain pen ink? Is it going to be color? Is it going to be black and white? Am I going to use Copics? Am I going to use some other type of ink? There's just so many options, and it can actually be quite overwhelming. But today I wasn't that overwhelmed. I had a good clear vision in mind, and I was really excited about this once I'd actually decided what to do. And the inspiration for this piece actually came from when I was doing my flip through video, because I'd had the prompts in the back of my mind for a while, and when I was doing that I was like, I really forgot how much I enjoyed doing my prompt for the day. I think the prompt was Chop, and then I used Woody, who's a character from Don't Starve, which is a really cool game. It's a really hard, really merciless game. And, it's one of those games when you're like, oh, can I have some advice from the wiki? The wiki's advice is get good. And I'm like, no. You see, some of us have day jobs. Some of us do not have time to get good. Some of us choose to game for enjoyment and not to ram our heads against the wall repeatedly. So, but it's cool. The modder community has my back, because they made a mod where you play and then if you die, normally it's a permadeath. So you die, you lose all of your stuff. But this mod helps you to just lose a day. So you go back to like the last save and then have to start again, which doesn't actually help as much as you would think it could help, because often the decisions that you've made that lead to your demise are like days in the making, but sometimes it saves you. And I've enjoyed the game a lot more since I've installed that mod. So, maybe it's cheating, but life is too short to just get good at a whole bunch of things that just don't really have any other purpose other than being fun. So yeah, I have other things to get good at, like adulting, which I'm not actually getting good at all. So, I don't think I should really be spreading my resources too thin here. But anyway, that's where the inspiration for the mirror came from, because I used the frame idea from the game, which is so cool. I love the art style so much. I think that's half of the reason why I try and make this game work for me, is because of like the style is so pretty. And then I just decided, okay, actually kind of reminded me of Through the Looking Glass, and then that made me think of Alice in Wonderland and like a sort of very dark version. I mean, Alice in Wonderland is pretty dark on its own, but then I was thinking, what would an enchanted mirror show you, and what would you see in this enchanted looking glass? What reflection would it show you? What would you see through the looking glass? And it's kind of a talk about what masks we wear and the masks that we even try to show ourselves. because I feel like there's so much that you often even try to hide from yourself because it's either too painful to deal with, or maybe you're not even aware of something, maybe you're not even aware of certain defense mechanisms that you have, or, little things. So yeah, what masks are you hiding behind, and do you want them or do you not want them? Because not all masks, I guess, are bad. It's sort of a protective mechanism, and as much as I am trying my very, very best to start living the most authentic life that I can, which is really hard and really weird because people are weird and I'm weird and everyone's weird, but we're all just too scared to admit our mutual weirdness. And I think that being authentic about your weirdness is not only the first step, but just very, very difficult. And that's one of the things as well that I really like about this art style, because it's just so open to weirdness. It's very Tim Burton-esque, and it's very dark, but if you look at the characters from the game, it's also kind of whimsical. And even here, I tried to get that whimsical feel by actually cheating a little bit, I guess, because I used gouache to do the mask, because I felt like it needed some zhuzh. And you saw in my, if you've looked at my video from last year, my flip through shows a lot of Finetech paints, and I'm not even gonna lie, the Winsor & Newton gouache in silver and gold, it mixed together makes the most amazing color, and it is so nice and opaque, especially for metallic paints. The only problem is, as you can see now, my pen really didn't like it, because obviously gouache reactivates when it gets wet, so it started like clogging the pen nib, so I had to like take a moment to clean that off. But oh guys, it's so nice. And also I thought it kind of played with the idea of our masks being very, very valuable to us, and very precious to us. So I hope that whatever masks you have, they are working for you, or you are working to get rid of them, and all the best with that. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, like, subscribe. Love you. Bye.